This video is about hunting blacktail deer and what you can do to become better and to raise your chance of success hunting blacktail deer in Oregon and Washington. The first thing is you got to do your scouting. You got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're going to be hunting. You got to know the area, so you're not going to be wasting your season just scouting around, driving around, checking out new spots, because it is really frustrating when you're trying to get to a new spot that you've never been to before and you get there and there's 10 trucks parked out there. Or you get there and it's been logged and it's not what you think. It's not what you thought it's going to be, because what you saw from Google Maps is completely different. That is the first thing that is going to help you get a buck this year. Is if you're going to scout in the summer and you're going to know where you're going hunting in the fall when the season opens. The second thing is you got to learn the animal, because if you learn the animal, if you learn about deer, about their habits, about where they like to bed, where they like to feed, where they like to stage for their mating season, then that raises your success chances even higher, because you know the area and you know the animal. You know that they're going to be moving a lot more when it's going to be raining. You know they don't move a lot when it's super hot. They still move, but not as much. Or maybe they're using other canyons, the north-facing canyons. Maybe they're going higher up a mile or two because it's so freaking hot in September for archery season. So that's the second thing, is you're going to learn the animal, and that's going to help you get a buck. The third thing is you got to be using the right hunting style or hunting tactics, the right hunting tactics for the right areas during the right season. You can't be rattling them in September, and probably not even early October, because they're not mating in September. So they're not going to be responding to that. They're not going to be responding much to calling. You got to learn and use the right tactics during the right seasons in the right areas, because you're not going to be rattling deer in their feeding areas, because they just feed there and they moved out, and you came in the morning and you're trying to rattle them back into the spot that they just moved away from. And they moved away from there because they know that spot is more risky for them to stay in because of hunters, because of predators, and just because it's such an open area. They feed in the open, then they move back into the timber at dawn. So you got to be using the right tactics in the right areas. For example, if you're going to be rattling deer, you're going to be rattling them between their feeding area and their sleeping area, their bedding area. Why? Because they're transitioning. And when are you going to be rattling for them there? In the morning, because they're transitioning from their feeding areas to their bedding areas. And by using the right tactics in the right areas at the right time, that's going to help you get a buck this season. So three things. You got to learn the area, you got to learn the animal, and you got to use the right tactics. And the fourth one, as a bonus, Jane, что такое? As a bonus, is you have to stay consistent. Going to the same area 20 times in a row will raise your chances way higher than going to 20 different areas once, because you learn the area, you know you can spot a deer, or you see their trail, or you see that they're moving up, and you go to the same area every day for 7 days in a row, you will get a deer. If you go to different areas 7 days in a row, I don't know, you're spending too much time scouting instead of hunting. So stay safe out there and good luck.